My name's Hank Roberts and I live and teach in Brent. This is my school. For nearly 6 months, I and others were living in tents, occupying Wembley Park Sports Ground. What drove us to take that direct action? What makes us prepared to take more? In this video, I'll try and explain. It all started with Quintain, a multi-billion-pound development. When they have developments like this, they're meant to either build schools or put money into the budget to be able to build schools. Quintain didn't want to have a school in the middle of this because they were building a super casino and a school would have interfered with their plans. So that's why they chose to have a school on the outskirts of their development in the Wembley Park Sports Ground site, so they could avoid any objections and try and go ahead with their super casino. To save money, Quintain and the council decided, in total secrecy as usual of course, that the school would be an academy. And not only that, but that Quintain would be the proposed sponsors of the academy. In the end, that couldn't go ahead. So then Brent Council decided that they'd introduce Andrew Rosenfeld. Andrew Rosenfeld's an interesting character. He was in the Cash for Honours scandal, the one that was lending money secretly to Tony Blair to get elected. After that, Rosenfeld sold his shares in Minerva for 100 million and went to live as a tax exile in Switzerland. The local authorities still thought that made him an excellent candidate to run a school and said that they would carry on supporting him. Well, we occupied the site, and a week after that, Andrew Rosenfeld decided that he'd pull out. This council here is now run by the Lib Dems and the Conservatives. When they formed an administration on beating Labour, they had a written agreement that the proposal for an academy on the Wembley site would be withdrawn. It was withdrawn, and then lo and behold, Paul Lauber reneged on that, and the Liberal Democrats have then gone back on that and are now supporting an academy again. It seems that an election makes no difference. They promise one thing and then they do exactly the opposite. This is the headquarters of ARC. They don't seem to be too keen to speak to me. ARC, Absolute Return for Kids, is a so-called charity set up by Archie Bousson, who rather immodestly named it after himself, and it's buying up our education. They're not philanthropists, they're not just giving their money away, they're giving some of their money to gain control of state education and a lot more. How did ARC manage to take over when Andrew Rosenfeld withdrew? One of the chief members of the board of ARC is Paul Marshall, the biggest donor to the Lib Dems. There's your connection: Lib Dem councillor, Lib Dems chief donor on the board of ARC. A short list of one. Seems pretty suspect to me. Why are they so keen to build on this well-used sports ground? Why are they insisting on going ahead? What do they want out of it? I mean, we haven't even seen the architect's plans yet. How much of the grass do they intend to build on? They deny they're going to build on any of it. That cannot be true. What's behind it all? Why so much secrecy? I reckon somebody somewhere is intending to make a lot of money out of this.